Tan, first off, thank you so much for being here. It's so nice to see you.
Of course, so nice to see you also. Your place looks real nice and summery.
I'm down here in Georgia at my parents' house, and I've forgot how much I love the sight of trees. I'm normally in New York, so I'm like, this is great.
Oh yeah, it's gorgeous. However, I know what it's like to be in Georgia in summer. It is brutal. Woo.
It's totally changed my hair texture. It's like I step outside and it is like
The
frizz
fact
central.
that your hair is laying normally is so nice.
I haven't been outside yet, Tan. That's the thing. I see the trees through the windows, and that's
Probably
it.
wise.
Now, are you at home right now? Is that where you're calling from?
I am. I'm in my Salt Lake City home right now, and I'm very happy to be here. The weather's gorgeous. I'm surrounded by the trees. I'm very outdoorsy, so I hike a lot. It's beautiful.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
This room looks very zen, too. I love it.
It is. It's very symmetrical. My castmates make fun when we're on like an interview and we can all see each other. Like, you are the most ridiculous person, and I know, symmetry makes me happy.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, it's perfect, actually. Speaking of your castmates, I have to start by saying congratulations on being nominated for an Emmy for Outstanding Host for a Reality or Competition Program.
Thanks.
A mouthful.
It's the first time we've been nominated in this category. We've been nominated in a few others before that we've been nominated this time in. However, this is the first time as hosts, and it feels so special. Like, we wanted this one in particular. We're so grateful for the others, but we wanted this one for the last 2 years, so it's so nice to have it this time.
Well, this is so exciting. I mean, I think it's amazing too, right? Because this show obviously has been so regarded, but you guys as hosts, being a host, I love this category.
Thanks.
When you think about hosts, who did you love growing up watching? Who inspired you when you were watching TV?
Okay, this is gonna sound like a line, but it so isn't. So when I was about to leave England about 5 years beforehand, there was somebody who was we call them presenters, not hosts, on TV in England.
Presenters.
So there was this presenter that I was obsessed with. She was so funny, she was so witty, she was so smart. She was the most real version of a woman I've ever seen depicted on TV in that category. Because normally, in America, a woman has to be, a female host has to be perfect in every way. Her hair has to be perfect. She can't make a crude joke. She's just got to be perfect. And there was this woman called Alexa Chung who ended up being my co-host on our show Next in Fashion. And
Obsessed with Next in Fashion, by the way.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. But it was Alexa that I thought was so special. It was the girl that I'd been watching since I was 20, and I just thought she was the best host you could possibly find on American TV.
That's wild. So you loved her before you even did Next in Fashion.
I asked for her.
Stop!
So I knew I got the job for Next in Fashion, and we were trying to find the perfect host, and I'd been begging for her because truly she is the best host I've ever come across. She's funny, she's smart, and she gets to be whoever she wants to be. She doesn't have to keep it super innocent if she doesn't want to. She can make a crude comment, and it's fine. She gets to be a real woman, which I really appreciated. And so the host category is interesting for us because ordinarily you don't see the queer-eyed guys as hosts, I don't think, because we're not on a stage, we don't have a script, we don't have a teleprompter. It's a very different version of hosting. However, I've now done both. Queer Eye is so much harder.
Really? Interesting.
So much harder. It's easier when you have a script, you have all these bullet points of what you need to talk about. On Queer Eye, we are guiding a full episode, a full season, with no script. That we do not reshoot anything. We do not do a do-over at any point. We never ever re-record a scene. If we miss something, we miss something. And so to do that purely with your own mind, no script. And we're not on Next in Fashion. We have something called an IFB, which is the audience, if you're not aware, is this inner earpiece where somebody talks to you and says, maybe ask this, or Tad, why are you standing there? Move to that side. We don't have anything like that on Queer Eye. Nobody's allowed to interrupt our scenes. We go for like 2 hours, and my scene is just uninterrupted.
So is that kind of a rule on set? There's no stopping the scene?
Yeah, because you want it to seem as authentic as physically possible. And I think that's the reason why people gravitate towards Queer Eye, is because it feels real, and we make sure it feels real. Producers aren't in sight to be able to make that hero feel like it's a TV show. We want them to feel like it's just me and them, or us and them.
Wow.
And that's what I think is so special about that hosting job.
Oh, such magic in that. I did not know that. That is so interesting. So it was wild to me as I was doing research for this interview is, to think that the revival of Queer Eye has only premiered a little over 2 years ago. But it feels like you guys have been in our lives forever.
It feels like I've been in this for so long.
If you could go back and tell Tan one thing before you walked onto that set of Queer Eye, that very first day of shooting, what would it be?
That there will come a time when you will love this, because those first 3 weeks, honestly, I hated so much. It was so nerve-wracking being in front of a camera. I'd never been in front of a camera before, and even during auditions, it wasn't the same thing as being live on set and knowing that if you make a mistake, it's super embarrassing. That person still sees you, whether they show it on the show or not. A whole set of people can hear you do something stupid, and I was really, really embarrassed. And so I wish that I knew then that I could just calm down and understand the power of editing, and just know that there will come a time when I'll love this, like really, really love this. So there will be a time when you will love this.
Wow. And on the adverse of that too, to think about, you are now in the global public eye. To skyrocket into fame at this level, how did that impact the relationships of the people closest to you?
It made them more critical.
Really?
I love my friends and family. Love them. However, there's a reason why they are my friends and family. They're a bunch of idiots, as I am, as the Queer Eye boys are. So they will just tell me if I've done something really stupid in an interview or on a red carpet. They will text me and say, "What on earth were you thinking?" And I think that's why our relationships have maintained the way they have, and they've become stronger and stronger and stronger, is that they knew me before Queer Eye, they knew me before any of this, and now they're seeing just these amazing things happen, and my friends are so real, like they really are, and I know that other people say this in our industry, but my friends couldn't be more real. We all live in Utah, they don't do the glam life ever, but when I do get to take them with me to stuff, they're just so excited about it. They're really special, my friends and family.
So they keep you grounded, they hold you down.
Really, really grounded. Sometimes a little too grounded. Sometimes I just want to say, can't you just say you look nice? Just say you look nice.
Just a little bit, please.
Yeah, that's all I want.
That's so funny. Okay, so I want to transition a bit and talk about this summer you became a U.S. citizen. And this will be your first election. What does this time, this moment, what does this mean for you?
What it means to me is, the main thing is that I get to finally have my voice heard. I have been in this country for almost 12 years, but I've never really felt like I've been able to contribute fully, because I tell people to vote, but I don't get to do it personally. I want to finally put my money where my mouth is, and I just want to be able to vote for the people that I want to vote for. However, it is really difficult being in a position like I'm in now. Or in the past 3 or 4 years ago with the last election, I could tweet and Instagram about it all I wanted to. My 200 followers didn't really cause me any issues. I knew them all very personally. Now when I tweet about voting, the amount of negativity I get is just shocking.
Really?
Shocking. When it was announced that Kamala Harris was going to be the vice presidential candidate, oh wow! I was really excited when I posted about it.
Same.
The amount, yeah, rightly so.
Right.
The amount of people that were angry. And don't get me wrong, listen, I want to make this very clear. Politicians are politicians. There's never going to be well, hopefully there will be, but there hasn't ever been a politician where I think I agree with literally everything you stand for. However, there is a problem in our government right now that causes many of us major issues. I would rather have Biden and Kamala as opposed to what we have right now. That's just, and I'm not telling anyone how they should vote. I'm just saying, for me personally, my rights as a Muslim, as an immigrant, as a person of colour, my rights are not really considered by our current administration. I will happily take the two new people if it means that things are better.
I'm glad you brought that up too, about like having such a large platform, because you do have such a young, diverse audience that follow you, that look up to you, that, you know, really are invested. How do you go about using your voice, especially in such a monumental time like we're experiencing now?
I like it to be as positive as possible. So even when people are coming for me on Instagram about political stuff, I won't retaliate in a harsh way, even though sometimes I desperately want to. I just think I want to keep it a positive space. I want it to be safe for kids who are following me, because there are a lot of people who are under 21 who follow my account. The Queer Eye audience spans every generation, and so I want to make sure it's positive and uplifting, and just to say, I'm not judging you for doing this, but I'm doing this. And so I think that's a responsible position to take.
Absolutely. And so, Tan, for you, we have Queer Eye next in fashion. What else can we look forward to from you this year?
More Queer Eye. That is my main focus. Truly, it's my main focus. We had started to shoot Queer Eye season 6 just before COVID hit. We managed to complete almost one episode. And then
so it was that fast. So it was just one, okay.
Literally that fast. We were shooting for 5 days, and we meant to shoot for quite a while, and then we got we had to shut down, and so we go back into filming hopefully soon. I guess it's all up in the air, but hopefully soon. So Queer Eye 6 is what I'm really excited to shoot. I have a show called Dressing Funny, which is Netflix's YouTube show, which I love. If you haven't seen it, anyway, just check it out. I don't do it anymore, but it's just something I'm so proud of because it was a passion project. So if you haven't seen it, check it out.
So fun. Okay, well, I know what I'm watching tonight then. That's so exciting.
It's something that I desperately wanted to do. I love that I get to be the most real version of me. When you watch Dressing Funny, you will see the most real version of me, which is so disgustingly inappropriate, so vulgar. You'll really appreciate it. I'm sure you will.
I love that.
Who's under 18, maybe avoid it. But anyone over 18,
so we'll save that for the YouTube. Okay, perfect.
Yes.
So Tan, last question before we go. You know we're iHeart, so we love music. I have to ask you, when we're post-lockdown, we're free, everyone's out, you have friends over, you get the aux cord, you can play one song. What song is that going to be?
Oh gosh, that's such a good question.
It's tough.
Anything Billie Eilish, I'm obsessed.
Really? Billie's your girl? Okay.
Yeah. Oh, Phineas maybe. I love them both. Maybe Phineas is Let's Fall in Love. I kind of love Let's Fall in Love.
Ooh, that's like a good like summer outside jam.
Yeah. I'm not a partier, so I'm thinking this will be music in my garden.
Ooh, yes, a nice garden party. We'll take it.
Yeah.
Tan, thank you so much for being here. It's so great to catch up with you.
Thank you. Lovely to see you also. Bye.
Bye. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. Did you like that video? You can check out more over here. And don't forget to subscribe to iHeart right here. And if you're already a longtime fan, make sure you ring the bell down below so you don't miss a single video. Bye guys.